last few days have been really crazy in the world of cryptocurrencies, but the US market just went through a big change. I do agree that this is something we should think about. As you can probably tell, I think we are listening to what is going on right now. Actually, it's making it possible for cryptocurrency and the age gap to be used together, which will happen in and out of the US banking system in the future. All of you are welcome to the group. Hi, my name is Johan. If you're new to the channel, I hope you'll subscribe before this movie ends. That being said, let's start talking about some things. Wow, things change so quickly here. There has been rain for 24 hours now. Things seem a little more exclusive these days. It's now worth almost $100,000 less than it was before. People buy and sell XRP for more than $2.50 and a few pennies. I want to take a step back and tell you too that you shouldn't put too much space between you now that things are getting more exciting. To give you an example, make sure you are ready for what comes next, because the highs should be severely rejected. Now is the best time to shake up the market ever. The feeling is finally crushed by the fact that everyone has the same true view of things. Just before the most important moves, it makes a lot of sense. This is usually clear to us, but it looks like everything is going well. There's been a big rise in old money over the last 24 hours, and we're starting to see a small but welcoming recovery, which is always good to see. There is one thing I will say: authority is beginning to trade a bit. Take a look at these articles. We upload inside the power percent, and I want this flow to be at the front so the guys can see it. Take a look at how strong this is. This is what we have for Bitcoin, 60%, which is a little more than 63%. The price of Ethereum is over 10%, but the price of XRP is still only about 5%. Ethereum, on the other hand, is losing its dominance. This could be very interesting to look at because XRP controls almost half of Ethereum's market value right now. For XRP, or, to put it simply, to quickly exchange the whole picture for this market, things look pretty good. I've got nothing else to say. Nothing more than that. We should be ready for anything that might happen in the future, good or bad. Getting parking is the best way to do this. You are aware that you shouldn't make hasty decisions here and that stablecoin should be saved in case. But recently there has been a big increase in the amount of XRP that is bought and sold. I started to hear people talking about how XRP had the most buying and selling in a single hour of any cryptocurrency ever. That is a crazy idea to think about. But this chart is really strange. If you looked at some of the candle bodies on a few maps, I think you would see some really cool moves. This one seems to work the best. It says that we should drop to around 195 on a number of platforms. There's no doubt that XRP fell all the way to around 160. We're back to 265 degrees, which makes 170 degrees seem crazy. It was all I could say. Wow, I think you might call that market manipulation. But it looks like there are a lot of outside or even inside things we might want. There is no question that you have something to do with that price pass. But it changed into rate and charge action on the weekends. It doesn't accept us for who we are, as I've always said. I don't agree with the move about fees on the weekends, but I'm keeping a close eye on XRP because there's a good chance that we can close this big gap. Besides that, it falls between 164 and 193. I see now that we did get all the way down to about 170 on a few trades. We were given very close to it. There is, however, a chance that we could go all the way down to around 160 once more. It's the last time I say this because I'm sure that the next trade will be the last one for the gap. During that time, XRP should be at or above $10. Aside from that, though, people can talk about a few things. Let's make some big purchases. Dave Portnoy was the first person we heard. For those who don't know, sports founder Dave Portnoy just bought another $1 million worth of XRP. Now, Dave also bought something cheaper in the middle of December. He had around 300,000 XRP. He really did say that. Here is what I said when we did hear K on February 3. I just bought 1 million more XRP. Check it out. That's it, guys. I hope YouTube doesn't take down that movie, but that's pretty much what he said. Okay, this is my announcement. I just gave XRP to every other million people. Listen up, a lot of people have bought XRP. As I already said during that hour, the most buying and selling of XRP ever happened. It's a bit strange. This is because XRP is getting a lot more attention now than it did in the past. But so far the market has been getting better. The top 100 or even the pinnacle 500 only show us who has won and lost the most money. Griffin, thank you so much. Griffin has a lot of money. You're on Discord and you understand. It's also going pretty well for Telcoin. 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 These days, don't go to the channel because we might be making a movie about Telcoin, which has been acting strangely. And it's really been one. I really do have it in my portfolio. It's been in my portfolio. That makes me think about going all the way back to Love 2022 for a number of reasons. Having said that, let's talk about some important news. First, approval to talk about how President Trump set up the U.S. Sovereign Wealth Fund. Thank you so much, Bank XRP. For some of us, this could be the big break we've been waiting for. I really believe that was one of the most important choices he or she has ever made. In simple terms, what are sovereign wealth funds? For the most part, it's a national investment fund made up of stocks, bonds, real estate, rare metals, and other financial instruments. Usually, these funds are financed by the central bank's foreign exchange savings or the money it makes from selling goods abroad. These are the most important parts of sovereign wealth funds. Goal. In general, they are meant to make long-term gains, spread out assets, keep the economy stable, or save money for future generations. This is especially true in countries that sell a lot of non-renewable goods, like oil. Norway, Saudi Arabia, and even the United Arab Emirates are examples of countries that do this. They get most of their money from natural resources, especially oil and gas. Also, non-commodity funds get their money from transfers of foreign exchange savings or economic surpluses, like those in China or Singapore. The funding ways can then put the money into a lot of different assets around the world, such as bonds, public stocks, real estate, infrastructure, and sometimes even private equity or hedge funds. Their strategy often involves long-term investments that can't be cashed out right away. Even so, it is expected to make a lot of money in the long run. Handle. They might be run by fair boards or government bodies to make sure they are open and honest. Duty and following of world best practices. Governance systems can have many different financial benefits. They can help keep economies stable, support efforts to make the country better, or get ready for changes in population, such as an aging population. You can also use them to gain global power by making smart investments in them. Besides that, we have examples. Norge's Worldwide Government Pension Fund is a well-known sovereign wealth fund. It is often praised for being open and following moral investing principles. After that, Abu Dhabi's investment body bought shares in GIC, Singapore's Temasek Holdings, and all of the biggest sovereign wealth funds. From different types of country budgets, sovereign wealth funds, like stabilization